After SEGA made Sonic Adventure 2 for the Sega Dreamcast and ported it to the GameCube, SEGA decided they wanted to make yet another Sonic game. This time, it would be multi-platform and dumbed down for little kids and noobs. What was this game called, you may ask? Well, Sonic Heroes. And I hate to say it, but this game wasn't that much of an improvement over Adventure 2. In fact, it even made all the problems worse. There are more glitches, more bugs, more cheap deaths, more random falling through walls, more everything. And it also introduces a new broken system. And you know what? This game on all three systems sold well enough to be a platinum family hit on the Xbox. Now, on the back of the box, before I start the review and play this garbage, it says here that this game lets you play as 3 characters at once. We all know the last time they tried that in Chaotix it didn't go that well, so why are they trying it again? It also talks about the multiplayer. Why talk about the multiplayer when it's garbage and the 4 teams, you don't want to play as them? Easily switch to allies. Doesn't work that well, sadly, and somehow it supports 720p. It also works with it also uses renderware, which is an indication that the quality might not be that good. Ah well, let's play this garbage and start reviewing it. Okay, so once you start the game, load your save, and listen to the annoying theme song, you can pick through one of 4 teams. Sonic, Dark, and Rose are the same with different, levels, which are the same as last time but slightly changed, and Chaotix lets you have a boring objective stages. The problems start as soon as you get to the open CGI. What do you see? Everything looks all weird. Everyone talks with only one side of their lips. It looks weird. Maybe they couldn't get the budget to use 2 sides of the lips. And Tails sounds like he's trying to go through puberty or something, but utterly fails. Dear Sonic Heroes? Are you saying dear video game? What? This doesn't make any sense. Ah well, next to the level. After the obligatory loading screen, you just run forward. The first stage is pretty easy because all you do is run. It's pretty easy to A rank on and get special stage too. And you know what? The first thing you'll notice is the voices get repetitive. The controls also feel horrible when you move from side to side. Your guy will go all sorts of places. Unless you have Knuckles and you just press B all the time. I mean X. It depends on your system though. On Xbox it's X. And now, for more stuff. The other problem with this, mainly on the Xbox and PS2, is slowdown. The game will all of a sudden start to slow down. On the 360 though, this never happens. I don't know why, but for some reason, maybe it's because the 360 has a faster CPU. Pressing the Y button also gives you a team blast, which pretty much destroys all the enemies nearby. This might cause a cheap death, however, so I'd recommend you use it only if you have too many enemies and few rings and lives. You also have a cooldown meter afterwards, so even if you boost it, you can't do it again. And there's more to it, but after you bounce off walls and finish the level, if you somehow manage to avoid getting hit once you have the key, you will then get the special stage. After you see all the usual, "Congratulations, you finished the mission." The special stage involves you running really fast at 60 FPS on the Xbox and GameCube and collecting orbs. First, you have to use them to fill your boost meter. Later on, you can also use them to finish the game and get Chaos Emeralds. If it's not Chaos Emeralds this time, and you manage to finish it, you'll get extra lives. Sadly, this is killed by glitches, such as you missing the orbs entirely due to the sensitive controls, going too fast, going too slow, and getting stuck behind, and other glitches that are just plain annoying. In other words, just like this game, it's a glitchy mess. The next stage is more of the same as the first level, and it's pretty much just run forward because you don't have to move the controller. It's pretty good because it doesn't glitch up, but then again, this is the first level where you start to do stuff like miss checkpoints for no reason. For example, in this attempt, I missed all the checkpoints because the game glitched and kept moving me all over the place and not hitting the checkpoint, which, unlike in Sonic Adventure 2 and Sonic Adventure 1, is in the very middle, so you have to touch it instead of it activating, which is even more annoying due to the fact that the controls are extremely slippery. As you can see, right now I'm trying to run through, but because of the glitches, I missed the checkpoint and I just have to start the level again? What? That's just... What? You just said, look at all of those Eggman's robots? That makes no sense. Maybe if you hired a proper scriptwriter, they'd say something better like, look at all of Eggman's robots, or look at all of those robots. That is bad English. Afterwards, we get another cliche 3D Sonic, run down while something tries to attack you. It's pretty easy though, because all you gotta do is hold down. And you know what? That was the greatest performance of all time. If you're Tommy Wiseau, that is. Because that vocal delivery was just horrible. And after this level, we get a crappy boss. Afterwards, you get another boss battle, and every boss battle in this game is the same, featuring spaz cutscenes, running up, spam attacks, and hoping you don't get hit. This boss battle also features a lot of slowdown when played on an Xbox original. And as you can see, the timer starts to slow down, especially when I go up into the round area. The game will just slow down, same with the timer. As you can see, the game is slowing down all of a sudden. Bullets are flying slow, my motions are slow too. Just look at that epic slowdown. Apparently this game slows down weirdly, and instead of feeling stuttery as it frame skips, it just slows down and utterly fails.
Looks like Eggman escaped into the sea.
This one,
Eggman's robots are taking
or the stage, features the same thing you're used to. Chuck E. Cheese motions and spaz outs. Then the level starts, and it's pretty much the same platforming this game has. Run forward, get bored, and you know what? It's crappy too. The horrible controls really come into play this time, and half the time the buttons won't respond, mainly X and Y and B when you're trying to switch characters. And it can really drive you nuts, especially when scripts don't work. The dialogue can also be repetitive when it's used in the wrong places. When the camera's not messing up on you, you'll be running in a corkscrew while holding A and doing nothing, and up.
I'm falling!
No, you're not. You're running through a corkscrew, you idiot. And then everything is still the same. Your controls will mess up, you'll have to go back and manually hit the checkpoint, and the thing that's supposed to keep you from falling off cliffs, it backfires when it's only 2 inches. This game wasn't. And another thing, the music sucks. Most of the music, like right now, is easily forgettable. The only music that you'll really remember is the annoying theme song and the levels for the first 2 games. Or the first 2 stages.
Level up.
The next level starts off exactly the same as Lost level. I mean, just more the same. Run forward, see enemies, jump, hope the slippery controls and cheap deaths don't kill you.
Leave it to me. Woohoo! Wow, my head's spinning.
The next level is more of the same, with more of the annoying dialogue. Well, it starts off that way, and then, near the very end, that's where the cheapness really starts. Sure, there's plenty of cheap deaths now and then, coming from controls gliding you off, to a million enemies spamming attacks really quick. The level really takes a turn for the annoying,
Leave it to me.
when all of a sudden, they introduce balls of fire that magically kill you if you touch them. And the only problem is, the controls are so crappy that you'll be hitting them a lot. And those will drain your lives before the really hard level parts. For example,
Better not touch those fireballs.
it's hard to when your controls suck so bad. I even had a cheap death caused by one pushing me off a cliff. The camera also sucks right now too, especially when enemies are messing with you. And especially when the game slows down. Yeah, I really hate when that happens, don't you? After all the random glitches, you can finally get to the worst part of the level.
Got it.
And what is that, you may ask?
Leave it to me.
Well, check it out.
Wow, what's this?
You have to get to the top of the level while the lava rises. This might have been fun had the game not messed up with the controller. This game is impossibly hard because of this.
Leave it to me.
I meant to say extremely cheap, because there's a difference between difficulty and cheapness. I also have trouble trying to press B and Y to change my guys
I got it.
because of the game sucking. The controls are so bad that B and Y don't work half the time. I managed to beat this level though, so now let's go on to the next horrible level. Afterwards, after it does the usual, where you then see a cutscene that's pre-rendered where everyone talks
Gotcha.
with only one side of their mouth. Look how annoying this looks. This looks poorly rendered. You just want to scream, "Kill it with fire!" And then, another easy boss battle starts, featuring more spam and no real skill needed.
Amy, knock it off. There's no time to play.
In other words, this boss is utterly pointless.
Are you playing with
It's
that
just annoying
card again, son?
and boring. After this, we get our first generic casino stage.
Boy, Amy sure does.
Afterwards, Sonic magically, in another past cutscene, finds himself in this generic casino place.
24 hours left.
Okay.
Look at that horrible movement. Gary's mod looks more convincing.
It's like a giant
And then, we get the pinball.
All part of a
Unlike the other pinball stages, this one is actually in the stage, unlike the one in Adventure.
Hey, there they are.
And all you do
man's robot.
is spam. Spam, spam, spam. Watch while the camera messes up on you. Spam, spam, spam. Running the level. So, what is this, you may ask? Well, let's just find out by starting the level. As you may know, all you gotta do is follow this string of rings, and then start the level.
Whoa.
And then all you do is roll around the stage. You know, just like in every other Sonic Pinball stage.
Head's spinning.
Tails, can you please stop reusing your dialogue? I seriously think they had Tails' voice actor in for only 10 minutes to record. So they can only say like 5 lines. And then all you gotta do is shoot the pinball and try to get there. The only problem? The physics are crappy, and you'll have so much issue just trying to get the pinball up there.
Got it. Use the right thumbstick to switch the camera to the leader's view.
It's utterly pointless, and you'll never use that feature. Like, it's kind of pointless. Why'd they just give proper camera control instead of making the controls like that?
Use the right thumbstick to switch the camera to
Then
the
again,
leader's
this
view.
game sucks. Just like the other stages, cheap deaths are extremely common.
Ah,
Same with the crazy
this
death
entire
noises.
city is like
You can also fall through walls sometimes. As you can see, I just fell out of the pinball, which is pretty annoying, especially when this game is supposed to be better than Sonic Adventure 2, which had a bunch of cheap deaths.
Yahoo! No!
No, I just fell into low resolution texture.
Got it.
leave.
This stage is similar to the last one, except with more boring bingo. This time you roll around in pinball stages, but it's even more broken than last time. You will die for no reason, and it is really annoying. Either you'll die or you'll get stuck, and that is just annoying, especially because the pinball mechanic in this stage is so broken. You'll find yourself finding it hard to go up. In fact, screw this game. This game is boring. In fact, this whole level's painfully boring. All you do is you jump, hit enemies, hope you don't die or glitch, and then you get killed. And if you beat it, oh, more levels. In other words, this is boring. Let's find out what other crap this game offers. Chaotic stages are just like Sonic stages,
It's time.
except with more annoying voices and objectives.
Bring it
Just like, you know,
ready.
Shadow the Hedgehog that will come out years later. Okay, if you want to know how bad Shadow the Hedgehog was, just play this and you can feel like you're playing Shadow the Hedgehog without actually playing it.
Flower, pretty flower, show your face and I'll sting you.
Look at that grammar error.
I'll take the lead. Here we go.
And also,
Here we go.
you can open up the flowers to backtrack.
Here we go.
Because honestly, you'll find yourself backtracking a lot. And you know what? It's pretty boring.
Here we go.
In other words, it's just a waste. Considering the characters are exact same as Sonic's, just with more annoying voices. There's also a quickly tacked on 2-player mode, which is pretty much pick a level or type. Most of the types aren't that great, but Action Race is the one you get when you start the game. And all you do is you pick a team and you race, you know, just like in Sonic 2.
Let's blast
It's
through
good
this
for about
speed.
2 minutes, or 10 minutes if you're on weed, but either way, it sucks. You can pick a stage, but honestly, after playing it, you will want to feel like you are buying a better game at GameStop. You know, like Halo 2,
All right, let's
or
go.
Battlefront 2, or every other multiplayer Xbox game. The Xbox had a lot of multiplayer games. And you know what? They were all better than this garbage. In other words, this mode's a waste too. If you want to do the multiplayer, buy a better game like Halo. And now for the final verdict. Stay away from this piece of garbage. This game is bad. The graphics are bad with a lot of slowdown. Sure, they look good for like the first 2 levels, but then they get blockier and blockier like a bad PS2 game. The music is generic and forgettable. You'll want to forget about it. And then the music that isn't forgettable is annoying, like, you know, Sonic Heroes. The music is not that great, but the voice acting is horrendous, especially for half the characters. And, well, the cutscenes. Why does everyone talk like this? I'm serious. And what about the controls? The controls are horrible too. When you move the analog stick around, you die a lot. In other words, this game is garbage. How this game managed to become a platinum hit beats me. Well, it did say family, which means that if you put this in a family of idiotic kids, they'd buy it. But anyways, this game is garbage. $10.50? Too much. This game would probably only be worth about $1 maybe, or less. Either way, skip this game. Don't buy it on any system. And especially skip the PS2 version, because I heard that version sucked worse. Anyways, thanks for watching, and coming soon, more bad games.